Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Dell. We're going to just jump right in and get some messages from Spirit today. The topic's going to be around love. That's all I was given. So I don't know if this is family love, relationship love, new love coming in, existing love, old love. As I said, old love, I'm hearing Eric Clapton's song, Old Love, which is about not being able to forget somebody. So that could be a topic or an important theme right away in your life. Whenever music comes through the channel or through the messages from Spirit, I just link it in the Spotify playlist, and that's always in the description box below. If it's helpful to have a YouTube playlist where all the songs are on there, so that way you can not exit the app or leave YouTube to find the song that we're talking about, I'd be happy to do that for you. Just comment below and let me know. So we're going to use one deck today called Whispers of Love. So that's this deck. We've used it before on the channel, but that's the only one. So we're going to just grab some oracle messages. But before we get into the reading, I wanted to mention Spirit was adamant, like make sure you light that candle, light a candle. So I do have my little selenite candle going over here. And when I did, I had this feeling of like, okay, everything's complete now, I can begin. So there is a message coming through about if you celebrate Valentine's Day, it's coming up at the time that I'm filming this. We're towards the end of January, so February's around the corner. And Valentine's Day can be a day, and it's on a Saturday this year, so date night. But it definitely can feel a little overwhelming at times if you don't have a partner, or if you have a partner, that just there's this huge unnecessary, and I'm hearing unwanted burden of pressure. That's how Spirit's saying it. There's an unwanted burden of pressure building for somebody that like everything falls on Valentine's Day. So if you're expecting to be proposed to or an engagement, or you require or need 24 roses, there needs to be 24 red roses at your door or something like that. I'm actually seeing someone's mantelpiece like being all, is it a mantelpiece? It's like a fireplace, and then the shelf above the fireplace, I'm seeing it's just extra decorated with themes of love and elements of love, and I'm seeing a Cupid sitting on that mantelpiece. So it's maybe this is a setting that you have in mind for a romantic evening or a romantic dinner or rendezvous after dinner or something like that. But I'm just seeing that there's ambiance and setting up ambiance, but really that should just be, how can I make the space to be comfortable for myself and inviting, and that it takes the pressure off of us, so that way we can enjoy a nice romantic evening together. So that way it's focused and based on connection rather than expectation. So if you are noticing that your plans are shifting more towards, I need all of this to be in place, it actually could be a great deal of help to your partner to let them know, hey, for Valentine's Day, I know it might be corny or cheesy, or don't even say that, but for me, it would be so nice and so lovely and wonderful to receive 24 red roses from you. I would greatly appreciate that, and it would make me feel so much more cherished, and that much more cherished and admired by you for Valentine's Day this year. What do you think about that? Could we do that? I would love to receive that. So there's something about like, do yourself a favor. I'm hearing do both of you a favor, so you and your partner, and just communicate what your expectations are of Valentine's Day. So again, it can be one of allowing your partner and yourself to show up feeling empowered and in connection, rather than expectation and I'm waiting for you to fail so that way I can be mad about something. It's not about that. So it doesn't have to be around Valentine's Day too. It can be around all bases, you know, of a relationship, I'm hearing. So it's branching it out. I'm just seeing like, all right, we have a core relationship. Now we're going to branch that circle out to your other relationships in your life. So family, very close friends you consider as family, and your support system. So who's your support system outside of yourself? There's something too where it's like allowing yourself to be a little bit vulnerable. And I know this is scary, but it's allowing yourself to be a little bit vulnerable, and instead of expecting the things that you wish to receive from others in your life, let them know what it is that you want to receive. So that way you can all be on the same page and there is no miscommunication, because there's actually going to be communication happening. If your husband or if your I'm hearing if your brother or your uncle or your aunt or your cousin like always takes your parking space, just let them know, hey, it's so much easier for me with my car if I just park there. You have a bigger car. Do you mind if you just park on the street, or do you mind if you park over here? It's just, that person's probably like, oh yeah, no problem. It's just when I come home, nobody's ever in that space. I didn't realize you prefer it. And then they're happy to do that. So sometimes just having clarity and then verifying with each other, hey, I noticed that, you're agitated when you come home from work. Is there something going on, or do you want to talk about something? No? Okay, well, if you ever want to, I'm here to listen. And that's it. And, or if it's vice versa, like, actually, yeah, it just bothers me when you park in my parking space, that's all. And they might not have even known it. And if you're like, oh, they know, it's just a matter of communicating and confirming why that's important to you and why it's important for you to receive the thing that you are willing to receive and wanting to receive. So, okay. Now Spirit's like, now we can go to the cards. But yeah, isn't that always the root of relationship problems? It's like communication, I feel, stems because when we don't communicate well, we're at risk of misunderstandings, not just ourselves, but with each other. And it's the last thing that we want. It's the last thing that Spirit wants. So, okay, that's all. So let's see what the Oracle wants to tell us. Embrace your emotions. Yeah. So this is number 18. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. So, yeah, there's something about communicating here. Something about the wings. I'm hearing that song. On the wings of love. So, I think Clay Aiken did a version of this, if you're familiar with him. I'll link that in the Spotify playlist below. And again, if you want me to do a YouTube playlist with those songs, just comment and let me know. I'll be happy to do that for you guys. Thank you for liking and subscribing too. It's always appreciated, and it shows support for the channel, and I greatly appreciate it from you guys. So yeah, allowing yourself to embrace your emotions. Sometimes we get angry at our partner, we get angry or annoyed or frustrated or irritated at the ones we love. And now I'm hearing that song, love the one you're with. So love the one you're with, but I can't hear anything beyond that lyric, so I'll have to look that up and see who does that. But yeah, it's just saying, like, if you were allowing love to guide I'm hearing all the transactions in your life. So your interactions, your exchanges, your energy exchanges with each other, how could you communicate your emotions in a healthy way without them bubbling up or being so contained like a pressure cooker that they turn into an explosion? So really, it's just when you allow your feelings to surface and be accepted, you're allowing yourself to be heard, you're honoring yourself to be heard. Being honoring of yourself doesn't always have to be this declaration of independence as well. I'm hearing it's I'm hearing this almost like an argument, but like play out where it's like, well, I need to honor myself and you need to do better. But within that, it's the other person's actually hearing, I'm being criticized right now. They're being critical of me. And it turns into this miscommunication because it's just at the root of it, it's misunderstanding. There's no like alliance with each other. So it's I feel this way because I'm not able to express myself or allow my emotions to come out. And the other person's feeling like they're being criticized, but it's just a matter of, I want to be heard. I didn't know you want to be heard, but you're yelling at me now. So it's just about communicating and coming together that way. For some, I'm feeling it's such a service of love to give yourself and to create for yourself a safe space for your emotions to emerge. So journaling could be a very big thing for you, or an important thing for you. If you are, I'm seeing someone who's always in the habit of picking up the phone or rushing to their friend to complain about their partner. This is a no judgment zone at all. I'm just delivering how the message is coming through for Spirit. And we always do this channeling in divine love. That's how I operate. That's how I work. And that's a non-negotiable for me. But I'm just seeing somebody, like if you've always rushed to pick up the phone to vent about somebody, your partner especially, I'm hearing Spirit say, like, pick up the phone in a different way now. Like, press the voice memo thing and vent to your voice memo and then delete it. It's not saying your feelings don't count or matter, but it's like if you live in a very old apartment or something like that or just in a very old house, you have to let the water run a little bit because it's like brown. It's like the pipes are old. So I'm seeing like you have to let the water run and then the clarity comes. So journaling and just talking in your phone or using the notes app to get those emotions out. It's kind of like getting all the rust out. So that way you are able to recenter yourself without it just being reactionary. So it's a little bit, it's more thoughtful and it's more grounded, but you've given yourself the safe space to just get it all out. So that way you can make sense of it. It's no longer like like bouncing around within yourself. So then we have spiritual connection, number 27. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. So for some of you, you're embarking in this soul journey with another person, which is really beautiful. It's kind of like I'm getting this frustration almost where it's like I can feel I've known this person for multiple lifetimes, like a multitude of lifetimes. But I'm in this moment, in this life, I'm so confused why they're acting the way that they are acting. It's like I don't know this person at all. So I'm getting you're definitely feeling this depth of the spiritual connection that you have with another person. But now it's about taking that. It's about taking it a little further, and I'm actually hearing like bringing more play into your conversations with how you work out issues between or amongst yourselves. So it's like, it doesn't have to be so serious. I just keep getting this feeling of like, I'm hearing Will Ferrell, it's Will Ferrell? Yeah. Ron Burgundy in Anchorman, where he's like, I'm in a glass case of emotions. He's in the phone booth. So I'm just kind of seeing like, there's this need to express also coming through with this message where it's like, but in this case, I'm getting, there's like a divine union, divine partnership going on. And in your head, and you're feeling it intuitively, like we should be able to communicate no problem. Like I can already feel and know that we've been through so much together beyond this life, beyond what the veil. But it's like, sometimes we get stuck in the humanness of the life that we are currently in, where it's just like, this makes no sense. I don't know. But I'm getting, it's important not to just rely on the spiritual connection that you have, but to learn how to adapt to the time that is now, the timeline that's now. So that, we don't talk the same way that we do in this life as we would have if we were around in the medieval era. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's a bit drastic of an example, but there's things that we need to do to learn to adapt to each other to be able to communicate and express ourselves. So expression is really big coming through this message, and it's important this day. We have number 21, choose love. You always have a choice. Make yours with love. So there's a lot of I love this deck. There's so much beautiful hidden imagery in it. And it's just, especially if you look, I can look at each card for at least 20 minutes. There's a lot going on. Specifically right now, this little butterfly is speaking to me. It has like a rainbow hue to it. For some, I'm getting two messages with this card. For some, I'm getting like, before you act, speak, communicate, do anything with any person that you love, anyone, family, friend, partner, significant other, it can be anybody. Are you just pause and take 10 seconds to breathe and to ask yourself, am I coming from a place of love, or am I coming from a place of fear? And then if you're noticing it's fear, how can you shift into love? Okay, what would it look like if I shifted into an energy of love, if I connected into my heart space and take a deep breath and connected with the energy of love? How am I going to show up differently? And then I'm hearing spirit say, like, that's the wave you want to ride. That's the one the surfboard wants to go on. Okay. It's so much more effortless and easy. And you strip away the story of like, it's my fault, I'm being attacked. If you're familiar with Alison Armstrong's work, she wrote The Queen's Code. She's excellent. She studied men and consequently women for almost 40 years. So if that interests you or resonates what I'm saying, definitely check her work out. But what she says, and she asked herself this, it was like a voice she heard, Like, what if nobody's misbehaving? What if men are reacting to women? And it's interesting. I'm not getting into gender at all with this. I'm just quoting what she has said, but that part about what if nobody's misbehaving really spoke volumes to me, because it's like, yeah, what if we're all just doing our best, and our interpretation and the projection onto another of how we think they should be behaving, because it matches what I think is the perfect person's way of behaving, just sets up a lot of miscommunication and misunderstanding, when it's just, and there's expectation placed. You should be like this, and that's not love. It's actually an incomplete sentence I'm hearing. It's you should be like this because I would feel more safe and in control if you behaved and operated in this certain way. That's fear. So that's 100% fear. When we can catch ourselves in that, it's like, okay, let me take a step back. I'm going to deep breathe. Let me try coming at that again from love. How am I now able to look at this person? So that's coming through quite strongly with this. The other message I'm getting is, if someone you know or love is in a relationship that doesn't make sense to you, I'm hearing Spirit say, it's not your job to act out their relationship through your own lens. Does that make sense? So it does energetically, but as I was saying it, I'm like, hold on, I need that again. So I'm just getting, let's say someone you know or love's in a relationship that doesn't make sense to you. It could be an orientation thing. It could be, I don't want to say that specifically because it was more of an example. But that's Spirit saying keep it in that frame. So it's like someone you know and love is in a relationship that just doesn't make sense to you. It's not your job for it to make sense to you, but your job to support them. And the way that you can be supportive is just to acknowledge, okay, their relationship doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not the one in it. And I can just be supportive of them and just be there for them as they're going through this, because it's obviously important to them. I'm hearing Spirit say, that aside, unless it's something dangerous, obviously step in and say something if you feel called to, but I'm not getting that here. I'm getting where it's like, it's important sometimes to make sure that, I'm just listening. It's important to protect others from your own judgments sometimes, and that's an act of love. We got there. Sorry. Sometimes it's like, all right, let me try to translate how this energy is coming through. With that, I'm getting things are going to be much more smoothly. I'm seeing the dancers back here, if you can see that. But it's just like things are going to be moving a lot more smoothly when you're able to observe with love. Just holding space of love for another person. We have simple acts of kindness, number 5. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. So how much better, how well do we feel when we are able to show up for somebody else? As simple as, I'll get the door for you. Your hands are full. Or I'll get the door for you just because. I'm seeing someone tap. I'm seeing like a street in New York City. They're showing me New York City, or it's like a sidewalk, but the sidewalk's kind of big. It looks like I know it is a metropolitan area because it is a city, but I'm seeing more like the businessy district. I'm seeing someone just tap someone and be like, "Hey, your shoe's untied," and they're like, "Oh, thank you," and they bend down to tie their shoe or something. I'm seeing another example of a man, tapping someone saying, "Hey, your shoe's untied, but I see your hands are full. I know this is weird or sounds weird, but do you mind if I just tie your shoe for you? I don't want to see you trip and fall, and your hands are literally full. Is that weird? Do you mind if I do that?" And then you tie, or that person ties the other person's shoe, and it's like, and then I'm seeing someone else noticing that, and it's that act of kindness spreads, and then they're doing something for somebody, and it's like, I keep seeing, for some reason, on all the examples, it's people who have their hands full of something. So now I'm seeing someone with like a big plant in their hands and someone getting the door for them. So I guess it's really, is there any act of kindness you can do for yourself this week for another? Because when you do acts of kindness for another person, you're also doing a kindness to yourself by allowing yourself to be of service to other people. and not expect anything in return. It's as I'm saying it, the energy is like, it's just pure love flowing in, where it's like to be able to actually be of service to somebody else and not expect anything in return. But it always comes around. Like it always comes back. It's just, I'm hearing Spirit saying, like, we're being really encouraging of kindness this week and next month moving forward. So something about kindness is, simple acts of kindness is really coming forward. Number 43, love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. So again, just like the message that we had before with choose love, there's something about, excuse me, a big clearing with that. If you know me, I tend to burp when I'm doing these readings, but it's like a silent burp so far, thank God. So, but I'm getting love endures. So it's no matter what you've been through, it's just, there's something big about just, all right, how can I, if I feel scrambled, or I'm like, I don't see a way forward out of this problem or the situation we keep having, we're on like a merry-go-round with the same problems and issues, just seeing, just pause, stop, breathe in, exhale. I'm hearing that Pink Floyd song, breathe. Or breathe in the air. So I'm not hearing the rest of it. I'll look that up. I think it's just called Breathe, actually, from Dark Side of the Moon. Great album. But I'm just seeing that there's just this need to recenter yourself. All right, what would this look like if I acted from a place of love and respect, I'm hearing, and to move forward from there. I'm hearing to leave the reading there. So I trust that these messages found you. I hope that you are doing well with wherever you're at. Do take care, and until next time, I will see you then. Bye.